Today was a physical practice, one that we were trying to make a tough physical practice. Defensively, did a really good job today. Offense struggled to do just about anything. We've got to develop our toughness and mindset. At the end of the day, we've got a long ways to go. Coming off the scrimmage, obviously challenging guys to continue to elevate their game. Some guys are got bumps and bruises and things that you'll see in normal camps, and some opportunities for other guys. But we've got to continue to work on our mindset. But thank God we got another week to be able to go to September 12th, because we've got a lot of work that we need to do. But this team needs to challenge itself. We come out to work, we get limited opportunities, and I didn't think today was to the intensity of what is needed for us to play to the caliber of what I think we are capable of playing. But we got to make the choice, and so we got to respond as a team together, and we've got to continue to work to get better in elevating the way that we're preparing and the way that we're growing together. With that, I'll take questions. Actually, I'll give you one update. Just before we get started with questions. Unfortunately, we had a couple guys that got banged up. In last week. Jordan Wilson, unfortunately, is going to be out for the year. Had a season-ending injury. Jordan will be applying for his 6-year hardship. He had an injury going into UCLA, which did not allow him to play his freshman year there. And obviously, with this injury, we'll be seeking that 6-year. His plan right now is to rehab and obviously be back with us here this next season. Definitely glad to have him a part of the program with the type of young man that he is. It's unfortunate to have this setback, but he will have a great future here in the next couple of years. Here as a Seminole, Chubba Purdy's going to be out for the next few weeks. An undisclosed injury. He's done a lot of great things, but we'll have a couple weeks that he'll be out. And then you continue to get back and progress, here moving forward. But that's an update on a couple of guys, coming off this last week.
First question would be Irish from Warchant.
Hey, Coach. These kind of issues in terms of bringing the intensity you want are not uncommon. But the fact that you didn't have that much time in the spring, is that one of the concerns you had about not going through this type of process? Seeing how guys respond over a long period of time, not just a few days of practice.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we have 15 practices in the spring, you get to, really paint the picture to what's expected. And we're going to challenge guys in practice. We're going to develop that toughness, that mindset, and everything that we do. There's, we're going to be very smart with their bodies. We're going to make sure that they're prepared and ready. But you can't go. You can't prepare to play this game by just going through the motions, and there's a way to do it, and I've been a part of that my entire coaching career, and I've seen it applied. I've been a part of helping develop that, and creating that mindset and approach, and it wins games. And that's something we have to get to, because right now you can't have a day on and a day off, and always have every issue in the world going on that affecting the intensity of what you bring to your development and improvement. So it's a work in progress. Obviously this is our ninth practice. I'm sorry, and we've got to get better. We only had 3 practices in the spring, and 2 of those were in helmets. So you get a day off between every spring practice. It's time to work, and that's what this football team needs to have, that mentality, that mindset, and we're going to do that, and we just got to continue to improve.
Next question would be Perry from Tomahawk Nation.
Hey, Coach. Something you mentioned was just mental strength, and that's something we've heard even back at the beginning of summer with Coach Storm saying part of this conditioning is mental health, mental strength. How are you kind of both uplifting these kids and putting them in a position to where they're comfortable, but also getting to the grindstone, letting them know that there needs to be a level of intensity?
Well, I mean, it's part of life. I mean, you're gonna be uncomfortable at many times throughout your life, and you have the choice of how you're gonna respond to situations. I want workouts to be challenging. I want workouts and practices to push guys to new limits that they don't think they can go, because they get to make the choice to take their game and to be able to have that mental toughness, so that they're prepared to respond. When we play on game day, I don't want there to be any emotion. I don't want there to be anything that they feel that they haven't already experienced before. So if I can help create an atmosphere at practice that's gonna bring that game type of intensity, and those guys understand how to block out all the extra noise, and then they're going to be able to play at a very high level, especially when the pressure is on. And that constant development, that constant growth, it's hard, but so is winning. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not easy to win a football game. And in every game that we play this year, that we're going to be in tough, challenging situations. Every one of them. I don't care who it is. All right. But if you have the right mindset and you push yourself every single rep to get better, then you're going to put yourself in the best position to be successful. And that's what our program is built on. It's every aspect: mental, physical toughness, and how you respond to each situation.
Coach, we saw Warren Thompson make an apology on social media yesterday, and then I guess subsequently deleted his account. I mean, does he still have a future with the program in Florida State?
Yes, sir. Warren Thompson is a part of our program. We was able to get together. He reached out to me here this weekend. I love Warren. I do. I mean, that's obviously this is one of the toughest times in our program, in our country's history. The fear, the unknown of a lot of the things that are going. These guys, it's maintaining control of their thoughts and what where they are, and looking at the reality of situations. I mean, I feel bad for all these guys that I'm coaching and the coaches I'm coaching with, that they're having to live through this experience, but it's going to make us stronger. And making sure that as we do that, we do it together, understanding the challenges that we do face, and not letting story build upon a story and story of what we're thinking in our minds, rather than just having the conversation. But it's really. We had a very good conversation, here last couple of days, and last night, Warren came up, expressed what his desire of what he wanted to do and what he wants to be a part of, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to coach Warren, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to help him develop and to be on this journey with him, just like every other player on this team. I mean, it's not. Being a part of a family. So, sometimes there's bad days, and it's really easy for a coach just to turn the other way. But Warren and I, we have 8 months together, and when I got here, Warren wasn't actively on the team. I told him that this was our new beginning, and for 8 months, up to this last week, I've enjoyed every moment of that development and that relationship. And I think he understands the choices that he made and some of the things that happened as he was going through the situation. But we're moving forward together. Like I said, I'm grateful for the opportunity to help him grow and develop, and to be able to continue to build that relationship. And so I'm appreciative of Warren. I think that. Sometimes in life you just have to sit back and reflect and not get caught up in emotions and letting different things develop that might not be the reality of the situation. But there's a lot of stress on these kids, and it's not just him. It's on all of us. And but we're moving forward together.
Hey, Coach. Coach Atkins is someone I know you didn't have kind of a first-hand experience with when you brought him onto the staff. As many practices as you've had now, I guess what stands out from you kind of watching him about how he reacts to that unit, how he teaches that unit, all of those aspects?
Alex is a great teacher. He is an incredibly bright football coach in understanding, schemes, techniques, the way that he develops guys, the way that he can communicate. I think in all aspects, he's he's a first-class coach, and what allows him to be a first-class coach is I think he's a first-class man, and he's building the relationships with these guys. They're developing trust day by day. He challenges them. He's tough on them. He works them, and helping them understand the importance of the finer details to play that position, but also the how critical it is to be able to execute in all aspects. And so I think we have a great position coach and leader in Alex Atkins, and our guys are fortunate to have him, and they definitely are believing in what he is teaching them day to day, and we're just going to continue to get that group better.
Next will be Brandon Seminoles from Knowles 247.
Hey, Mike, with Jordan's injury, I guess, one, how big of a loss is that for you guys, given the depth at tight end? And two, who has to step up in his place now?
We're going to continue to help those guys, grow, and we're going to continue to evaluate them. I'll tell you, I think I mentioned him a few weeks back, but Preston Daniel, freshman that's come in, he continues to show up, in practice. Did some good things in the scrimmage. He's going to have to come on. I mean, obviously, your White Rector's still learning the position. It does some good things. Just has to show more, the consistency of in that aspect. Cam McDonald, has got to continue to get better, and I think Cam, he did some nice things in the scrimmage the other night. There's going to be a lot on him, but it's also going to continue to work. All those guys. I mean, just Carter Boatwrights. I mean, he's got to continue to grow up and put himself in a position to help impact this football team. So, like I said, it's unfortunate for Jordan, but these guys they got to step up and help make up for that loss.
Go back to Iowa from Warcamp.
Hey, Coach, how is Hansa doing, and how are you guys handling him in terms of, is he able to get some reps, how many reps, and what do you expect from him in terms of availability?
Yeah, Hamsa's progressing really well. We're excited about what we're seeing from him. I tell you, you talk about intensity. Everything that young man does, he brings a level of intensity to, and he's not only preparing himself for what he's doing on the field, but how he's preparing off the field. So excited about what he brings to this team, and just that mindset and toughness that he brings to every aspect of it. So we're excited to see how he continues to progress leading up to game day.
Go back to Chris from 247.
When you went back and watched the film of the scrimmage, did anything stand out in the second view and maybe it realized
Well, I mean, as a team, I mean, a lot of things that we wanted to see. With our communication, alignments, trying to make sure we're taking the first step in the right direction, and then just overall effort. I thought we had really good flashes in all of those areas. I think that the guys were able to see the importance of the details and the fundamentals, the continued development of that. There was a lot of plays on both sides of the ball that were bang plays that could have either resulted in a huge play or explosive play offensively and defensively. I really liked the work that we got in special teams. I think that can be a strength for our team in all aspects. I think our guys are really buying into the fundamental aspect of that, and we're getting better. So we just got to continue to grow. I mean, that was our first scrimmage for a first scrimmage. Not having a spring or any of that is probably one of the better scrimmages that I've been a part of, where you saw some good things on all sides. I thought our defense created some negative plays. They created some long-yarded situations, and obviously offensively we got to continue to be more efficient and effective. Putting ourselves in a better situation, but was also able to hit some big plays down the field, and that's something that's always good to see.
Go back to Aswan from Warcamp.
Coach, what has been, I guess, your sort of initial impressions of Corey Durden thus far in camp, and maybe even before that leading to the preseason?
Well, Corey's been a young man that he's also coming off of an injury this past year. When finishing up the season, had a little off-season procedure. Wasn't available in the spring, so he's still working his way back through that. But I've seen a lot of growth in Corey, and not just what he's doing on the field, but really the type of young man he is off the field. You see, I've seen a great buy-in to the program and trying to emerge as a consistent factor of what we're doing, and so I'm excited about what Corey's potential for this season is, and just continue to work with that. And I know he's excited about the opportunity.